class that is called Mystic. Like it's much more streamlined, much more, you know, it
Right,
just
because
makes more sense that way.
Mystic provides a very, very strong base for all 5 of the other disciplines within it, or
Yeah.
orders rather they're called.
Okay, let's see if my computer decides to blow up again.
All right, round 2. So Rufus was walking up to the door, with he like told the guards, to wait outside. So he comes inside and he kind of just is like looking at everybody, and he walks over to Canon Turgeon and like Jeru, and he kind of like motions for them to pull in, and the Jeru gets up and goes over to him, and they're kind of just like all talking. And at this point, since it's like Rufus is the new person in the room, it's like assuming that everybody's just kind of like stopping what they're doing and kind of like staring at them. They all notice this, and Rufus clearly points at Rain and Zoldak as he's talking, and he's just, it's kind of just like he's talking angrily and stuff, but it's still like pretty hushed.
He's about to blame you for his death.
Yeah.
About to blame us for the hunger that's about to appear in this fucking room too.
So yeah, like it's like Canon and them are looking up, and then Jeru is just like shaking his head, and he gets up and like walks back over to the other side of the table, and then Rufus looks up and he says, "Rain and Zoldak, I want you both to stay here for the investigation of the murder of Byrne. You two will not leave this room. Do you understand?"
Rain does not respond.
Yeah, and then he like looks over at you, Zoldak.
Understood.
"I'm posting my guards outside. Do not disobey me." And he just gets up and he like leaves and just walks out the front door. And then he tells, he motions, his guards to stand there, and he goes and he leaves back, assuming that you guys can see through a window, anybody that can, he goes back and heads like the way that he came. But 2 of the guards are going with him, so as far as you know, there's only 2 guards like stationed outside. May gets up and like goes over to Jeru, and he starts like talking with him, but they're speaking in Sylvan.
What about Spugnor? He's not a suspect.
So Canon Turgeon gets up and he says, yeah, I think it would be best if you both stayed here. I have to go get Cerberus.
Well, yes, we don't want to make matters. We don't want to make matters worse.
So he gets up and he's like going to leave, goes out and heads up the pathway, like towards the church. So I think Rain, you still have Comprehend Languages cast.
Yeah, I don't think it's been an hour yet.
Yeah, because I think you had it to understand Jeru and May whenever you walked into the hut, into his house, basically.
No, that was before. I was casting it on the way to the St. Cuthbert in case I found a book that was in a language I couldn't read.
True. Okay.
So I don't know how long ago that was.
You had it left over because after the church you went to go get May, right? Yeah. So you still have that on, but so you can hear them, and they're basically talking about Jeru's like, May is like, what's going on? Like, he's basically like pleading innocence. Like, I thought you knew these people. Like, I thought that they were good or whatever. And Jeru's like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, whatever. And he's talking about how, Rufus and Byrne, like that whole situation with the tower is that like they aren't from the village originally, and they were just kind of like placed there. And it's kind of like this to the village, this like unknown force that's just kind of been like put upon them. So it's like, they're kind of like, oh, we're the law of the land here or whatever, and all the townspeople are like, okay, whatever, like just protect us or something. Like,
Right.
it's just kind of like they think that they're in charge, or at least Jeru is saying, like Rufus, that like Rufus seems to be more the military, like by the book person. And so he's like confused. He's like, Byrne wouldn't have done it like this. And then Jeru starts talking, so now it's just May, Zoldak, Rain, Gizmo, and Jeru in this room. And Jeru then starts talking in common, and he says, friends, come close, like come away from the door. So he like motions to Gizmo, Zoldak, and Rain to like get closer.
Hey, just a word of warning. I'd advise everyone to keep their wits about them, and be on the alert, because this is kind of reminding me of a situation we were just in. I'd hate for one of us to get killed in another attack.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so I'm not a guilty party.
If things go south with the guards, just keep an eye on where the window is. I'll send out a psychic message, and then I'll cast darkness and just go for the window.
So if you can't just kill them.
Well, I'm not going to cast hunger. I'm going to cast darkness.
Yeah, you see, as Jeru kind of says that or whatever, one of the guards that's standing, they're both standing right outside of the door, like on both sides of the door. One of the guards just kind of peeks in and sees you all getting together, and then just, kind of goes back.
Okay.
And so Jeru's just kind of like eyeing the door, but so Gizmo, do you approach as well?
Sure.
I
Okay.
approach, but I kind of keep my I'm probably like the farthest back from the group.
Yeah,
That's
May's
not-
no longer like May's like no longer sitting on the pew, like he's like on the side of the table right next to Jeru, and standing, and Jeru's still just like kind of sitting. So like now that everybody's kind of corralled together, Jeru's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I think it would be best if you all just got out of here. I don't know what they're planning, and I don't know why they're getting the church involved. I don't know what Rufus has planned, but I think you all need to get out of here.
I'm sure that's really a good idea.
Go where?
Wait, what the heck? My chat just like scrolled up the whole way. You could go out and camp in the woods for a while until I can send you a message or do something. Like Rufus won't try anything on me. May, you might be able to stay behind, and same with Gizmo, but Rain and Zoldak, I don't like what's going on here. First with Byrne, and now Rufus is acting all weird.
He's normally like this.
He's
we're kind of in
he's kind of
extreme
kept to himself. Every time we have a village meeting, he states, basically no issues, everything. And one thing he's really against, we sort of formed a town militia here, using some of the villagers pitch in and everything before the tower was kind of a thing, before it was being constructed and fortified. And Rufus was always against the idea of us having like a town militia. He said there's no need for it and everything, but the townspeople want to be able to defend their own town. So I've been here at the village of Hamlet for about 15 years now, so I'm the I'm one of the elders here, and I know this village better than Rufus does.
I whisper Zoldak.
Or I would say that he would say he knows what's best for the village more than Rufus does.
Here's an even better way to do this.
So he's been saying this like pretty hushed, so that the guards out front can't see it. Or hear it. Can't see it. May is just kind of yeah, he's saying where do you think we should go to the like to the woods? Should we you know, should I take every, you know, like is there somewhere in mind? And Jared just says, I have no idea, but you know, just go to the woods and I can send you a message. Or
Didn't I just say about we
anything.
shouldn't kill anybody? You have problems.
What is it? Did you type something?
Yeah.
I did whisper because I was like,
Oh, okay.
like
yeah.
awakened,
So that I
awakened
don't see
mind. Yeah,
it? Yeah.
like just. But I mean, yeah, Gizmo just kind of gave it away. I was like, I think we should kill Rufus.
Because Gizmo is against violence.
Unless
That's a
they're
bit of a
gnomes.
actually. Oh, he put us
Or
under
gnomes.
house. Kill him.
I don't trust him. Plus, I would say that Rain doesn't like to be told what to do by humans. Kind of like triggering.
Our characters don't know what trigger is, so you can't be triggered.
Hey, whenever you hold your action, you have a trigger.
Jesus.
You define what triggers you.
That's what I'm doing. I'm holding my action. I'm like, if any human says anything I don't like,
Yeah, so I mean, if you're actually whispering like Gizmo and Zoldak, that would be basically your character's like going off to a side, like away from Jeru.
oh no, I was awakened minding, just right in front of everybody.
Yeah, well.
I'm telekinetically sending them,
Okay, yeah,
sending them messages in the same room.
yeah. So you send it. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter to me who you send it to because I shouldn't know. But
I did both, but
yeah, right.
I thought it would be funny to just try that, like whatever, like if I'm whoever's the DM, if I'm gonna like try to bamboozle them in with something in the future, it's like
Yeah,
awakened
I mean,
mind.
it's.
That's it.
Yeah, May. Does anybody else want to say anything to Jeru? I'm just kind of like looking at May's character sheet, just reminding myself of his spells.
Zoldak is basically again talk. He kind of moves closer when he realizes what you're talking about. It says, "Do you? I mean, if we flee, won't that make us look more suspicious?"
I guess so, but it's really up to you. But I mean, you have to realize that everybody here, except for you, Zoldak, is new to the town. So
Zoldak's a townsperson, so they really can't hold anything against him. He lives here.
well, he's claiming that you both were basically the last ones to see burn. So it doesn't matter if you're new or old.
Spugnor was here as well. Where the hell's he?
I don't know. Did anybody tell him to come to the meeting? I'm sure Rufus is going to get him if he was actually part of it.
Well, if we stay, we have potentially are gonna have to fight our way out of here, and if we leave, we're potentially gonna have to fight our way out of here.
I can have you all escape through the back of this building if you would want to go that way.
So okay, let's plan this out a little more. If we leave, we need some supplies. Well, we can always find. Where would we go? Let's figure that first. What other towns are in the area? Is there another? Well, would Zoldak know if there are any towns in the area? Or like what the nearest
You
town would be?
know that the road does continue east of the moat house. There's like a pathway that continues on. And you know that there's a road that heads south out of the town and the road that heads north. The one that heads north eventually leads to the city of Verbabank, as it's called. And that's where
Burn and them are
Like-
from.
Well, that's where. Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's where.
So it's
Burn and
not
Rufus
an
all
option.
went.
They
Yeah.
send a messenger up there that we're wanted. Like that's
Yeah.
we could
Yeah,
kill
and-
all of these people, but not a city guard. Like if there's a bigger
And
city.
you know from what I forget who mentioned it before, but actually I think it was Canon Turgeon. He said that Jack went to the north to the city of Urbabank to like meet with other
Yeah, about
you
the
know,
moat
like
house.
other officials and stuff, yeah, to talk about what's going on in the village.
Okay, so we can't go there because, I mean, that'd be no better than just staying here.
Yeah, so Jeru mentions I have some meager supplies in my home if you want that before you would head out, but I think for right now if you would just stay on the outskirts of town or anything, you know, there's plenty of woods to the northeast of here.
Well, regardless, he was bleeding out. None of us have any blood on us, at least.
Yeah,
Who's
they
bleeding
should
out?
investigate and find that we're innocent.
You
Plus,
said he
it
was
was-
stabbed twice, right?
Plus,
Yeah.
it doesn't explain.
Yeah,
what
whenever you
happened.
investigated.
Yeah.
It doesn't explain what happened to our
Oliver.
little note. Yeah, Oliver.
Or maybe not. I don't. It depends what kind of relationship Jack and Rufus have. I could send a message to Jack, telling him that Byrne is dead and Rufus has assumed like a militant hold on the town and try to create discord between the town and the military.
Get more people killed.
Yeah, we really don't have that much proof of that yet.
I mean, it doesn't matter if he's actually doing it. It just matters if I can convince Jack that he's doing it. But I'm just throwing out options as they pop into my head.
Yeah. What did you say was east of the moat house?
The
You
road
know
continues.
that the path continues to the east of the moat house, and
Okay.
you will actually remember, like you did see that whenever you were there.
But to where? Like, am I?
Yeah, Zoldak does not know.
Okay. My travels have not taken me out that way in either a long time or.
Yeah, my imaginations is that it kind of depends on your backstory of where you came,
Yeah.
but you either came from
the south.
Barabonk or to the south. I believe that there's actually like a port town to the south that's like on the edge of the ocean.
Okay, well, I came from either one of those places. I'd
Right.
have to see which made more sense for my backstory. But
Right.
let's just say we can just say either way. I've traveled north and south, not so much east and west.
Right.
I don't know, guilty party. What do you want to do?
For one thing, we're not guilty. We're just
Giz-
convicted.
Gizmo doesn't know that. Gizmo doesn't even know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, May says
Gizmo's dealing with a
Basically-
stupid store clerk.
yeah, May basically says, you know, he's like, I was talking with Jeru earlier, and I'm going to stay with you three, you know, for the time being. So whatever your decision is, you know,
You have a
I'll-
friend.
I'll be happy
Yes.
to defend you if you want to stay, you know, whatever happens, or if we all just want to get out of here. You know, May basically says, wait, can you guys hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the music, the music wasn't on repeat, that's why. I was like, what the hell? It's like it just cut out.
No, it did just cut out.
Yeah. Wait.
Jeru, how do you know that they're getting the church involved?
He can, or, wait, is the music not playing for
It's
anybody?
playing now.
Yeah, I hear it.
Oh, really?
Now it stopped.
It's not. hold on a second, it's not playing for me. But Jeru says, well, that's who Cerberus is. That's who he's going to get. That's the paladin that came with the caravan to
Okay.
Hamlet 2 days ago.
Oh, the paladin.
Out of character, what did we hear about this paladin? Because I think we heard something that he kind of like he's more of a
Rain
on his
did.
own loner kind of guy.
He did went
So
to the church.
yeah.
Now, if Rain wants to,
so
if Rain shared that information, we don't know.
let me think about this. Gizmo.
There's no what.
No, I'm just trying to think of what happened whenever you went to the church the first time.
Yeah, because mine was fairly limited. What he said
I
about it.
talked to him, and that was about it.
Yeah, you talked to Kalmart.
Yeah.
Who and you donated to him, and he gave you that little bit of holy water, I think. He, I don't think mentioned anything to you. Zoldak, you know nothing about it.
Okay.
I mean, like you lived across from the church, and you can like kind of have like a more than like close eye on kind of like the goings on, but you have a decent relationship with the church. Like you don't think anything's like weird about it.
Yeah, but he's
it's
never
just-
seen the
yeah.
paladin, has he?
what.
I said he hasn't
right,
seen the
yeah, like
paladin.
Yeah, he knows nothing about the it's like Cerberus. Like you wouldn't even be able to roll a history check on that. Like that name is just kind of like it's not like a famous name or
You're right.
it's-
You're right.
you don't know it.
Well, guys, I think our biggest option now is we either wait for what is potentially going to be a trial of some kind, because let's face it, like we all kind of
I
feel
have an
something's-
idea.
Something's
I
all
had
fucked
an
up
idea.
here. What's your idea?
I had an idea. Or what is it, May or Mai? Which one? was it?
May.
May. Can you transform into like a bird and fly around and see what they're up to? Maybe get some more insight into what Rufus and this paladin are doing. Maybe get a sense of what their how they view us.
Yeah, May says I am not skilled enough yet to transform into anything that has wings, but I can turn into
Spider.
a mouse, a spider, yeah, anything that
Well,
can't
if you
fly.
can get there quickly enough and maybe transform into some small creature that they won't notice.
Wait, I can cast Fly on May, and if he picks some kind of creature, maybe they probably wouldn't notice, like a flying rat or something small. Like,
Of course they would. That's because that's not normal.
I mean,
Look at that giant rat! Ah!
I could, if Mai could pick something small, I could cast Fly on him.
It's a demon!
Then he could at least get there fast and then just not fly when he's nearby.
Yeah, I mean, that would be up to Mai or Gizmo who wants to. I mean, if we're talking about noticing things, who's gonna notice a flying rat versus a flying dwarf? Like, go get information, Gizmo.
Yeah, but I'm not I'm not being investigated like you are. I probably could leave if I wanted to.
We're trying to eavesdrop, though.
Yeah, I think some eavesdropping is in order. And then we can decide what to do.
All right, May, do you want me to? I can cast Fly on you so you can get there faster.
Yeah, May, he's
The trick is just finding.
yeah. Actually, hold on a second. I want to look at the spells again. 1 second.
400 years later.
Yeah, right.
Like darkness fills the room and tentacles and slurping. Did I say fly? I meant hunger.
Yeah, right.
Damn
Who's
it.
hungry? Hungry man of Hadar.
Yeah, wrong type of hungry!
It's the Warlock's TV dinner. Hungry man of Hadar.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, May says he's basically saying what could I could
What about a squirrel? Because then it's like you could pretend to be a flying squirrel, you know. Although, they don't actually fly, I'm aware. But
flying squirrels
Yeah.
exist in this world?
He says
No.
I've never seen a squirrel.
he transforms into a squirrel.
Jesus.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So-
he is less than tiny. He is some size that is. I know 5th edition doesn't have anything below tiny, but he is like whatever.
Below tiny.
Yeah, super
Okay.
small.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so-
he turns into a squirrel and all of his gear and everything just completely disappears. And then Jeru says basically he's making like weird chirping noises and everything. Like he's basically talking squirrel to the squirrel.
Oh, Jesus
And-
Christ.
You know, May is like talking back and basically Jeru says, "Wait, what is he doing again? Like where is he going?"
Going to find. He should go find Rufus and potentially this paladin if he's with him, and see what their feelings are towards us. Like if he gets a sense of whether they're, you know, extremely hostile to us, or do they think we're innocent but just following procedure, you know, and if they intend to do us harm, unjust harm, we can leave.
Yeah, so you know, Jeru is
Or maybe
once
figure out how
again
much
just kind of
time we
like
have.
Jeru is once again just kind of like animated, like just like talking, and so yeah, May hops up on the table and he's just kind of like looking at you, Rain.
Yeah.
Our scenario has gone into talking to a fucking squirrel.
Yes.
Like, what are you guys doing, D&D? And it's just a close up of me, like twitching and going like.
Okay, yeah, so Rain like pulls out her like book of ancient secrets and just like, you know, like turns to a page and like just starts casting the spell, and like it's a touch spell, so she just like reaches out and like touches like May just like on his like squirrel head.
Okay. Yeah.
Fly.
So.
He is 10 minutes of flight now.
Okay. So yeah, he just like immediately is like starts leaping across all the pews and he's jumping off the top and he he like leaps over to one of the windowsills and then just like just like he makes like a random sharp turn off to the left. He's going up this way.
I'm just gonna also say, since this was since that was like one of my spells, I'm gonna begin a short rest for me now of sitting, just in case like this goes on an hour, I'll have my spell back. Just on
Okay.
the off chance. Probably won't, but in case.
Yeah.
So I sit down. Near the window though. I'm gonna stay really close to the window behind me, and I would suggest you guys maybe be near a window or something, so if shit goes bad fast, I can do darkness and we can get out of here.
Okay.
Okay. So, like a minute goes by. 2 minutes goes by. 3 minutes goes by, and out through the same front coming in is a squirrel that's flying. And he, like comes over in here and goes over to Jeru and starts like making, like chirping and clicking noises and everything like that. And, it seems just like really excited and is almost standing up and is like pantomiming and like moving its hands, all that kind of stuff. And then
Squirrel
immediately
hands.
like backs up and leaps and goes over and goes through the right front window now and is like leaving out that way. But like as it goes out the window, it goes up, like it shoots up into the air, so it's just gonna be like way up high in the air. So basically Jeru is like his squirrel is very good. He's just sitting there and he's like basically he says that the person, the Cerberus person is in one of the upper chambers of the church and is arming himself, and he said that one of the one of the workers there at the church or whatever, he said that it was someone covered in all white tried smacking him with a book as he was going through the church, and basically he said all he could see from there and get in, he basically went through a lot of the church. He didn't really know where he was going, new to him, but he said that there is somebody there that is armored more heavily than anybody that he's ever seen, and was just putting on his gear and talking with somebody that wasn't Canon Turgeon. It was nobody that he recognized, but was one of the priests there, wearing the robes. He said that he was heading to the tower next to see what was going on.
Okay.
So does anybody else do anything? Jeru still says, he's like, hopefully, this doesn't take too long before, so that you guys can kind of decide what you want to do.
Gizmo starts praying to hopefully get more power.
Okay.
Okay, I'll follow suit. Yeah, Rain, grabs her book and just kind of almost doing what I would assume is the same function as awakened mind. However, that the thought power is behind that of just that
squirrel.
whatever that far off rumble is that Rain hears occasionally, almost trying to awaken to mind that.
Oh Jesus! Why do you just have a picture of a raccoon?
This
I don't. Hey, yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Dragon.
Oh God. A dragon appears and destroys everything.
Yeah. So, another.
Zoldak just kind of goes back to pondering. Although this time it's more about, okay, what are we, what's the next course of action? What are we thinking about? Okay, so they're heavily armored guy in the church preparing for something.
Yeah. So, yeah, another 3 minutes goes by. It's been a total of about 6 or 7 minutes now, and then the squirrel comes back in through. He comes through the left window though again this time, and he comes in and he just kind of untransforms as he gets into the corner. He goes, "Oh man, that was really cool to be like a bird there, for a bit." But anyway, I didn't see Rufus anywhere there at the tower. He's not there, and basically the front door to the tower is shut down, and whenever I went in through, there was just this opening that was above the door up there, and I was going through there, but the door was locked. I didn't want to untransform whenever I was in there, and I don't know, it was like a really messy room, and I couldn't see anybody, but I don't think anybody's at the tower. I see the guards everywhere throughout the town. They're just scattered everywhere. I think they're looking for somebody. They're going to all the houses, and it seems like all the townspeople are really, just riled up. Like a lot of them are coming towards the inn.
Maybe
Was
they're
there-
looking for Spudmore.
Were there any dead bodies in the tower? Is the body still there?
No. The room that I was in, it just, I don't know. It must have been for, I guess it would have been Burn. I think you said that he was like a wizard
Yeah.
or like an alchemist or something. There was a bunch of plant material in there. It was all dried. I could tell that he was into his herbology, but
We should 100% leave, guys. If they already moved the body, then it's not a matter of they decided we're guilty already. We should leave.
Seems like they're getting the town pretty riled up too.
yeah, Jeru says there's a secret panel in the back of here whenever you guys want to go.
I think they've already decided that we're guilty, and I think that we should leave. I think that's probably best.
All right.
I mean, it's up to you guys, but that's the feeling I'm getting here. I mean, they're looking for Spugnor, and if they've already moved the body and the paladin, was going to be going over there. He's going to get there and then see that the body is gone, and then assume that the outsiders killed him. I mean, not Zoldak exactly, but you know, just like our group in general. They're just going to assume we did it.
Yeah. I think we should all go, even
Yeah,
Even
May
May as well,
says if we
because
go
you're-
through the back of here, I don't know what is behind here, but I did see that the inn was just south of here. But I think we should stay away from the inn. That is where everybody seems to be going.
right. Well, we can head kind of.
Well, what direction are we going first? It's going to be
The church is up north of us.
yeah. We don't want to leave out toward the north because we don't want to go to that other town. So it's either going to be west the way that Gizmo and I came, south, or out toward the moat house. I don't think that any of them are going to be, but then that's more town that we have to walk through to leave. Like we'll have to walk by the tower to go east.
Well, we can always circumvent it. Let's just head out west. We're on the west side of town. It's a pretty direct shot.
Yeah, that's fine. If we can just shoot straight like through the river, even like by the town, the whatever building is up. We know it is 18, but like whatever building's behind here, we can just shoot out that way.
Yeah,
And
well, yeah, actually, I guess Zoldak would know these buildings better. Building 18 is the brewmaster's building. Like, he runs like, you know, he makes basically some specific type of ale that's known to Hamlet, and it supplies like most of the ale that goes to the inn. But it's like very successful, and he actually exports a lot to other towns as well. Building 17 is a guy who makes like pottery, like plates, and just, you know, just is kind of the like kiln guy, you know, like makes things with clay and everything. 15 is the money changers. That's where Nira Melib is, that you know, you guys have interacted with. And then 16 is like a cabinet maker, carpentry guy.
Okay, Zoldak, how well does I asked Zoldak? Zoldak, how well do you know the brewmaster?
Zoldak doesn't.
I know of
Yeah.
him, but not a close associate.
Yeah. Let me see. Roll a history check, Zoldak. Let me see if I can give you, like, you know, anything extra.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, they're best friends.
So
Actually.
you know that the brewmaster, he's married, and he has one kid, and he has like his nephews have come to help him. Like, he got so successful that he has family members that have come, like, that weren't originally from Hamlet to come and help him. And he has 3 apprentices that also help him. Like, he has his nephew and some other family members that have come to help him. So there's actually like a lot of people that live at that house, and you know that he has a really large dog that kind of just patrols around his place at nighttime, checking everything. And you know that all the men in the household, so basically the brewmaster, his nephew, and the 3 apprentices, they're all male. All of them are in the militia as well.
I'm gonna
And-
suggest we head a little bit more northward and kind of slip out between, you know, the money, like behind the money changers and past the pottery guy.
Yeah,
'Cause then
especially
there could be a
because
lot of activity there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know that there's some trees behind, you know, like all these things are trees, and then there's like a line of bushes that are right behind.
Yeah,
house.
we can sneak out right past
her
there, kind
building.
of basically
So
go up
you
to
guys-
16 and then head west.
you guys thinking about like that ish.
Yep.
Zoldak, we could even like make the thing like that if you want to stop by your house and grab anything.
Well,
We
You also just the map thing. This change in darker terrain, that is a 5-foot increase.
okay.
Like,
The only
dude,
thing
can you
is,
please take care of my dogs while I'm gone if I'm going for a while?
Wait, say that again.
Jeru, can you take care of my 3 dogs while I'm gone? If for a while.
Oh yeah, of course.
There's plenty. I
I
have plenty of
believe-
food stocked there.
I'll let Nira know. I think she's been taking care of them the past 2 days. that you've
Okay,
been gone.
good. She knows what to do.
Yeah, she's kind of
Just let her
she's been checking up on your place.
We should avoid the road at all costs.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I think we should get the hell out of here, guys.
We don't need to stop at my house. I have what I need.
Okay.
Gizmo, are you in agreement?
Sure.
GTFO.
I mean,
So
realistically, Gizmo could just walk right up the damn path and just leave, and like, if he wanted to, he doesn't have to follow us.
You might want to come with us just in case they question you or drag you off, or like, hey, you come to the meeting.
hey, what the heck are you?
You should probably just remain unseen.
So, Jeru gets up and there's kind of like a mantle area where there should be like a fireplace, but it's kind of something like somewhere where, maybe like trophies or something could go. And to the right of it, he goes down and he leans down and there's like a little panel that opens up and it's like this little 3-foot wide section just slides over to the right. And you can see it like immediately outside right there. Like it was like a thin area that leads directly outside. There's like 2 panels that he went through, and he says, "Well, I'll send you he says it to May. He's talking in Sylvan, so I guess only Rain would understand. But he's basically saying, he gets like May is like getting ready with like his pack and everything, and Jeru comes over to May and just says, carry Alona with you wherever you go, and I wish you all the best of luck. I'll give you an update as soon as I can. Misha will let you know." And then, he says, basically good luck to everybody else. And
Right.
he's kind of just staring at the door now, like the front doorway. He's like standing by the secret area and just kind of like staring at the door now.
Be ready with an excuse, Jeru, for why we're not here, because you'll be suspect.
Guaranteed Jared's dead as soon as we leave.
Jared says, "Don't worry about me, Zoldak. I'll be able to handle it."
Thanks.
Well, as I'm getting up, I want to do a minor illusion cantrip because it's like a 5-foot by 5-foot cube of like illusion I'm allowed to have.
Yeah.
I want to make Rain and Zoldak like standing like within like 5 feet of each other, sitting down, so they both fit inside of that cube, not just them sitting.
Okay.
And then I leave.
Nice.
Like, just buy us a little bit of time until they're like, why the fuck aren't they saying anything?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So May, gets down on all fours and crawls through it and hops outside.
I do the same.
Yep. Wee.
So, looking over this way, you do see that there is like edges of some people that are, just kind of like milling around and talking. They're just like kind of over in the forge area too, and you can kind of see the guy is there. Brother Smith, his name is. I'm not sure if I ever told you guys his name, but yeah, he's there, and they're just like, it seems to be people talking. So May says, "Zoldak, you know this area better than I do. Like lead the way." You see Jeru pop his head out, and he's like closing the panel. This outside panel looks like the outside of the building, and he snaps it in shut.
Follow me. And if you need me to make any investigation or perception to like notice if there are any people nearby or that might seem for us, just let me know.
Yeah, May is he's kind of just riding on the fly wagon a little bit. He's like lightly hovering. He's not using his legs, kind of like vampire hovering.
Gotta use it while he has it.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I assume there's no real difficulty in crossing
Yeah, the
Stream.
the creek that runs through here isn't very deep. I mean, you know, like you get wet, but not it's not like 3 feet deep or like it's not any trouble.
Except
Pretty
me,
much just
covers
again
over it.
keeping an eye out for anyone that might notice us walking and trying to, keep.
Yeah, so as you come around here, you know this is where the initial eyesight of the church is up on the hill, and
Yeah.
you don't see anybody in this area, so you know that it's like clear.
I motion
Basically.
everybody to come on, and basically I shuffle between,
Yeah, you just like run over to the trees.
and then kind of, up and out this way.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, so heading over this way. Let me look at the map. At the map.
You're not Dora the Explorer.
At the map.
He's the map.
At the map. At the map. So over here to the west, there is actually a line of trees that are over here, and so basically, you know, everybody's just kind of running, and they make it to the forest area, and you know, May is, you know, just he's kind of like touching some of the bark of the trees, and he's just like, see, this is what a normal forest should look like, not the wasteland that is near the moat house.
that's for sure.
Yeah, so everybody heads. How far do you want to head west? Like, what was the plan for direction?
I was gonna say basically till we're out of eyesight, or like if there's like we're over the hill and kind of away.
Yeah, like as you're getting in here, this area is.
Gizmo and I came from the west, so do we know what is that direction?
So you came from a road that came from the south into the west. So you.
Yeah, we were like down here
That road down there by
by
building
2. Yeah, that's where we came in.
Yeah, exactly. So that, yeah, that roadway was kind of like winding its way. You remember that there was the cave where you initially met Oliver was out
Oh god.
alongside that road, and
Wait, a cave? What kind? What was the cave like? Maybe that's a good place to hold up for a while. Unless the townspeople are familiar with it, in which case.
It was a cave with a bunch of bandits in it.
And unless the dead bodies are gone, there's dead corpses in it.
Yeah, there's
Because
a
Rain
couple-
likes to murder people.
There's a few day-old corpses in there by this point, but
yeah.
we killed zombies. They can't be like more smelly than the moat house.
Yeah, the moat house has some great smell memories.
Gizmo, you could just raise them up and then have them walk themselves out.
Yeah, like, please leave.
Clean yourselves
Please,
up.
no, you like raise one up and you tell it to pick up the other ones. Like, get these out of here.
And then when you're done, just sit there until you're rotting.
Yeah,
you're
so
dead again.
everybody heads, you know, a few hundred feet out into the woods, you know, and the area is kind of hilly, you know, like it dips down and everything, and everybody gets into an area where, you know, you think you're out of earshot, like even if you would yell and you're at an eye shot. So, you know, May says, well, you know, I hope Jared knows what he's doing, but, you know, I trust him. He was my mentor for a time back at the Gnarly Woods. And he said that Misha would come and tell us at some point whenever.
Who the hell is Misha?
Misha is Jeru's friend. It's a very large brown bear.
Oh god.
Well, whenever he does
I'm
that,
surprised that you all haven't met her yet.
I can always send a message to Jeru once Misha comes as well. Small bits of communication.
If Misha comes.
Oh, which reminds me, May explodes.
Why did
May,
it explode?
May like starts making like animal calls, and like a little chipmunk comes up to him, and he casts animal messenger,
Oh Jesus.
and
Oh, yes,
basically
please
he
let 'em know where we are.
basically he is like talking to the chipmunk, and the chipmunk just like goes off and runs backwards like towards the direction that everybody came, and he said, my chipmunk friend here will let Joe know that we got out successfully, just so that he knows.
DM, I don't know what a chipmunk sounds like. I need to hear those sounds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it would help. It would help my character.
The immersion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One second.
He's about to play chipmunk sounds now to you guys.
You're gonna play out something from Alvin and the Chipmunks, right?
No, see, I would like the DM to make the sounds.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
All right. So hold on a second. Everybody, just chill.
Why DMs kill characters 101.
God. Okay. Wait.
What are you doing over there?
Okay. Okay, I finally have it. I finally have it. Okay. Finally. Are you all ready?
No.
Yeah, no, not really.
I'm concerned.
Especially because I don't hear anything. Is something supposed to be happening?
Yeah, I don't hear anything either.
Jardine!
He's turning into a chipmunk right now.
Or he died.
Okay, I'm really curious now to see what he's up to.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, see, I know it's gonna be something dumb.
Wait. Did you guys hear it?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
The music?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well.
Now we have it
Yeah, because that's totally a chipmunk.
Yeah. I was like playing it to myself for a whole minute and saw that my Discord voice wasn't going up, so I was trying to like find out how to get it. So dumb.
It's doing that thing though where you hear it.
You can hear yourselves?
Yep.
Oh god.
You don't know how to get it back, do you?
Well, I don't think you can. Hold on a
We're
second.
in Twilight Zone. Alright, so now that we know what a chipmunk sounds like,
If Rain ever meets a dolphin, she's gonna be real confused.
chipmunk.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear yourselves?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god, I
Yes.
ruined it.
Yes. Yes,
How about now?
I don't know. Yes.
Jordan, fix it! It's so bad.
How about now?
I don't know.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
You're lazy.
No.
Uh,
Brandon's having way too much fun with this right now. Who's playing bass music?
that was me. Trying to fix it. So, you still hear yourselves.
This stream is all sorts of cattywampus right now.
Okay, well, so, all right, here. How about nobody talks for a second?
Why is
So
there
I
a
was
flying
gonna
squirrel in
have-
the Discord?
What?
There's a flying squirrel picture in the Discord.
Is there? Oh, I didn't even know. May squirrel. So yeah, this is where I was gonna have CJ pick up as DM. So I think I'm actually gonna have to like restart my computer. So to fix the audio thing. So
You broke it!
yeah. So if CJ, if you want to pick up, and then I will be back in like 4 minutes because it takes my computer forever to restart.
Okay. We'll switch games.
Okay. Tim doesn't have the thingy, the join link for yours.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. And also, Tim, I converted all your stuff over, so everything should be the same.
Alright.
Everybody gets 500 experience for getting out, and I will be back.
Oh man, I shouldn't have left the game so fast.
What do we have? Well, that's returned Hamlet. Is that?
Yep. And I have to
Okay.
get the link to Kim.
It's okay. I'm gonna have to probably transfer all of my character over again because of all the level ups and things.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's not too bad. Where do you get the link for the game from?
I gotta reopen my character sheet.
Yeah, I have a lot of changing to do.
Look for players. Where's the link at? Well, we can do that while Jordan's reconnecting. Invite players. That's what we need. Send them the link. Here, Tim, I'm gonna put it in Discord. And Tim, you may actually have to update, or no, Jordan said he got it.
Jordan said he did it already. Jesus Christ. Your guys' pictures are absurdly large.
Oh, isn't that a setting?
I think so.
I gotta make sure I transfer over my most important new flaw.
Timestamp.
This
Oh, gee. Oh no. If depending on where you guys go, there will be another well in your future, and it's gonna horrify you.
yes, it will.
All right.
I don't know, cause click Gizmo and all it says is bio and information.
Do I need to maybe share it with you somehow,
I don't know.
or make this available to you? Gizmo in player's journal can be edited and controlled by. Yep, there you go.
Whee!
You should be able to access your character now.
No, I just have to add the new experience. Fine by me.
As do I.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it
Yes.
10,000? No, isn't.
You said 500.
Well, the next level up, I mean.
Oh, no, isn't it 12?
Yeah, I don't know.
94, 73. 37, 16. Wisdom's 4. Da, 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 da. Jordan actually made it easier. He actually made my Wrath of the Storm, so I actually have a tally now.
Yeah, I forgot you have to like uncheck proficiency every time you get more to like get your shit back.
Right, it updates some things, but like weapons and stuff, nah. Or spells, even.
All my spells are there. All my armor and stuff's there.
Yeah, because I gotta change like the damage on some of my stuff where like, because I leveled up like Witch Bolt, gets an extra D12 for the initial damage, but not for the continued damage.
I really didn't believe him that it was going to take 4 minutes, but apparently it is.
Mhm.
Let's do the thing where it doesn't let me like fucking change the order of my spells.
Oh yeah, you have to like back out of the character sheet and open it up again.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just worry about that later then. Oh yeah, that's one I need to add. This isn't the worst thing to change all this stuff over, but like, it's tedious. It's just I can't even do like the drag and drop things for warlocks because all like half of the spells aren't even here.
What do you mean they're not there? Is it because they're like you made them in the other game and they're not?
No, you know how like there's like you can go to the compendium and like drag and drop the spells into the spell book. Just warlock spells by and large just aren't there.
Oh.
Like they're just not in the compendium for for Roll20, and I'm not sure why.
It might have to do with what's available in the system reference document.
Right, because I mean, like, hunger is like base player's handbook guide and everything, so I'm not sure why it's not. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's just not there.
Yeah. So what they did was in 3.5, what they ended up doing was they basically open sourced third edition, or 3.5 rather. So they basically said, hey, here's all the rules from the player's handbook plus psionics and a few other things.
Right.
And gave you everything. So you could download it all online for free. Now it wouldn't give you like the art in the book or like some of the fluff, and like certain things were still restricted to Wizards of the Coast, like beholders, like, you know, like the iconic like copyrighted stuff. They basically, but like all the generic stuff, like fighters, they basically said, yeah, fighters, rogues, wizards, that's all open source community, whatever.
Right.
And it was great because then people could basically publish and do whatever they wanted to, you know, expand on the rules, and it made 3.5 really successful and popular.
Okay,
For
makes
5th
sense.
edition, yeah. So then in 4th edition, they basically said, well, gee, that was great, but we lost control of our, you know, like we lost control of our material.
Does this work?
Yes.
Okay.
I still hear myself.
Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Now, I'm on my tablet, and my computer's taking forever.
Oh. Wait, are you muted, or you still have us there?
Yeah, I just, maybe I can lower the voice sensitivity. But yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear myself just like a very little bit in the background, but it's not distracting, so it should be okay.
Actually, I think.
But anyway, yeah, Brandon. For 5th edition, they kind of did a hybrid approach where they basically said, hey, we'll open source a lot of it, but only just enough that you can get the idea. So all the classes, all the base classes are open source.
Okay.
And then one archetype from each. Basically, the most iconic one. So like for fighters, it's the champion. For rogues, I think it's the thief. They open sourced one background, one feat, and then they open sourced a lot of the most iconic spells, or like the most like standard ones, I guess you could say. But that would be why you don't see a lot of the warlock ones.
Right. Okay.
I like that they did that. I mean, I would have liked to have seen, you know, the entire core open source, but you know, it's a good happy medium.
Yeah. That's cool. I think I'm almost done with this now, actually.
The only thing that I didn't transfer over was spells used, like the spell slots that you had available. So that's the only thing you'd have to watch out for.
Is that to Tim?
Yeah, to Gizmo and to myself,
Okay.
and also current HP, obviously. Although I think everybody's at full. I have my headphones plugged into my tablet. It's like you can tell the crap quality, or I can tell the crap quality.
Yeah, it's definitely noticeable here too.
Yeah, like my voice quality is probably crap.
Oh, I thought that you just like got a scratchy throat for no reason.
Okay, Discord's up on my computer. I'm gonna switch over to that.
I think I might have just actually. No, I didn't. Fuck. I finished spells. I didn't finish like gear and loot and things.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh geez, I didn't do that either, because I have the party loot.
Yeah.
You can
We
just
don't-
copy paste the. Well, see, I have it all typed in just as a block of text because it's too much of a pain in the butt entering it all like in those little blocks.
Right.
But yeah, if you have it just as a block of text, you can copy paste it out.
Is it fixed now, Jordan?
Yeah, it should be. If you guys can't hear yourselves.
I can still hear myself, kind of.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
I can't.
Hello.
Really?
No, I can't.
Oh.
Eh,
There we go. I just heard Tim.
I was fucking with you. I can't hear myself.
it's not as relevant as it was before.
Well, I see whenever people talk sometimes, like, I don't know, like my voice indicator thingy doesn't go up.
Not worried about it. Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so CJ's was originally called Return to Hamlet because it was supposed to be switching to his after we left the Moat House.
Yeah. So the name. I'm gonna change the name later to, and
Yeah.
probably the image once it makes more sense, or once
Yeah.
I take care of that. But yeah. Let me know if everybody needs to wait a little longer, or if you're all ready, we can go ahead and proceed.
Yeah, I'm ready. All I need to do is get my spell slots over, but that's going to take less than a minute, so you can just start. So basically, we are a few hundred feet away from Hamlet to the west, currently in the woods.
Yeah, I'm just doing gear, so you can start talking.
Okay. Now we have a nice green, just flat green background for.
Yeah, this is what my forests look like. I made this.
Yeah.
I told them to make it look like this.
Yep. Just solid green. I was going for the simple approach,
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So right now, I guess we'll just pick up right where we left off. So we're all kind of just chilling out, several hundred feet away from Hamlet. We can wait here, or what do you guys want to do?
May just sent out the chipmunk, so currently he's just kind of taking in his surroundings. He's looking around at the forest and everything, just kind of percepting.
I was gonna say I'm just following. Rain is just following Zoldak because he said he didn't really know what was out this way, but like it's still more familiar to him. It's closer to home,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, May states that he's never been to this part. Like, he's never been this far northwest of the gnarly woods. Well, realistically, he's never been like out of the gnarly woods, so he's like, I am unfamiliar with these trees.
I've not spoken to these trees.
Yeah, right, yeah. The wind here has an accent.
All right, Gizmo, what about you?
Whatever.
Just kind of.
Gizmo followed along even though he didn't want to.
Yeah, so you're just kind of like, okay, we're here, whatever. Okay. So Zoldak is essentially like, okay, yeah, we're out here. Do we want to set up camp here or move farther away? Or that's Zoldak asked that, I should say.
Yeah,
I kind of think we should move farther away.
yeah. May's like, I don't. A few hundred feet or not. This is within like
They'll find. Yeah.
town search area, with dogs or something.
I don't think that we should wait around for like a trial or anything at this point. I think that we should just like leave. Like, there's no point in even sticking around. Just
keep heading west until something interesting happens.
Yeah, agreed. Exactly.
Just head west. All right, we can head out that way. I mean, like I said, I'm not terribly familiar with that direction, but I know it's basically woods for a while. So, okay. So you guys head off?
Yes.
All right.
Let new adventures begin.
Yeah, so as you're traveling westward, you do eventually cross paths with the road that that Gizmo and Rain had used to travel into Hamlet. Because because I guess we kind of maybe steer more southward a little bit as we're just kind of walking along, or the road bends up, to cross paths with us again. But as we're walking, and this is maybe over the course of like an hour or two, just as we're trying to put as much distance, enough distance between the town and us as we can to, make sure we're not like within a search, like within their search radius if they come looking for us. So yeah, as you're traveling along, you notice that it's actually getting very cloudy out, and very overcast. And you notice too, well, I guess why don't you, I guess with your passive perceptions you would notice. But you notice that it's getting kind of foggy out too. Fog is just kind of creeping in slowly.
Yeah, May has a passive perception of 23.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you definitely notice.
May's a boss when it comes to passive perception, apparently.
Yeah, the other thing, are we still in the woods?
Yes, and
Should
in
we-
fact, it's
I
actually
was
getting.
gonna say I'll make a. Oh wait, shit! I still have rolled a GM on. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, I'll just have May make like a survival check so that we don't get lost or nothing.
Okay.
Stay out of like hazardous terrain, like sinkholes or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as you're progressing along, you notice that the woods it's actually getting much more thick and overgrown. The trees are kind of packed closer together, so you're kind of heading into the heart of a forest or the forest, whatever, however you want to.
Yeah, like we're
Think
not
of it.
leaving the woods. Like we're
Yeah,
going
you're
deeper.
clearly entering the woods.
Okay.
And you notice too that again the fog is just getting much thicker, and it's a good thing you have that you are doing good with that survival check, because it's getting very difficult to kind of keep a sense of your direction and your surroundings, just because the fog has become so thick now that it's you're only seeing maybe 30, 40, 50 feet in front of you.
Yeah.
But
May
you're
says,
still noticing that you're traveling generally westward.
Okay, yeah. May kind of just states, it's getting harder. There's this kind of like, does May think that the fog is unnatural, or is it just seems like it's? I mean, it's just like denser in this area. It doesn't.
Make an insight check.
Insight. Okay.
You're kind of on the fence. There could be something about it that seems a little unnatural, but it could just be a really thick fog.
Okay. Yeah. Just May saying, oh, it's getting harder to navigate here. It's clearly.
Yep.
We should be careful.
Mm-hmm. So, how long do you guys travel for? Is there any point at which you decide to stop, or are you just going to kind of keep going along the path? I figure maybe you're about 3 hours in.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I would say that we left my scenario at like 1 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, so about 3 hours in, that puts you about 4 p.m. Again, it's very overcast, so it's difficult. You wouldn't necessarily it's actually the sun is like blotted out by clouds at this point, and it looks like it could rain.
Oh wow.
You had a question, Tim?
I was gonna say, so we really don't know what time of day it is, so we can't see the sun.
No, but May knows from the Good Survivor roll, judging the time pretty accurately.
Yeah.
All right, so assuming you don't stop.
I would say yeah, like Gizmo, I mean, through your god,
Kind of what time it
with
is.
wait, hold on, sorry. Like storm clouds coming, Zeus is coming, like
Yeah.
Zeus is coming.
Yeah, and Tim, actually, if you want to go ahead and make an insight check too, you can go ahead because of that. 'cause of the storming clouds.
Woohoo!
Okay. Yeah, you're getting the feeling that something's wrong with the weather. Like it's almost as if the clouds are intentionally blocking out the sun, and the fog is kind of intentionally surrounding you. It's making you very uneasy.
Everything makes Gizmo uneasy. He's a hill dwarf, and one of his flaws is I'm suspicious of strangers. I expect the worst. There's not much we can do about it since the fog is just there. Unless, like, well, no, because Mai doesn't get any malicious intent out of it, so it can't be harmful.
Yeah, May just thinks, it's just getting harder to navigate, and,
Yeah.
But
Gizmo elects to make camp just because the fact that it's getting harder to, like, move.
Okay.
Yeah, May's fine with that. He's pretty tired. He's still awake from basically whenever you guys rescued him. He hasn't slept yet or
Oh,
rested
yeah, that's
yet.
true.
Okay.
May's gonna kill over dead just because of tiredness.
Yeah, like, guys, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Zoldak also, after you voiced that opinion, Zoldak says, "Yeah, we're 3 or 4 hours out. I think we're okay to set up camp here, but we should probably move off the road."
May goes down. White mage down. Out of mana.
Okay. So setting up camp then.
Yeah, May says that he would like to go to sleep first.
Okay.
You know.
Zoldak offers to keep the first watch because he
Greedy
really
bastard.
hasn't exerted himself that much. So for once, he's not the one bleeding out. Except my armor class is 10 for some reason. Why is that? Hold on a minute.
Oh yeah, I gotta change mine too. Shit, because I swapped to the studded leather.
Yeah,
Did I have to
my
do
custom
anything?
AC thingy is working.
That's because Jordan loves me and did it for me.
See,
He is my son.
I am in Lotro.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
What did we do? Because we got a
I
you
forget
got a
what
title
the
out
titles
of it.
were. Yeah, he's like father of Quesnar or something. Like, it's like, wait, I'm a dwarf and you're an elf. Like 100%, not like half.
Yeah.
So May sets down his pack and he starts setting up a tent that he has.
okay.
He casts Goodberry, and he eats one of them just kind of like as a meal, and he says, "Everybody, I've made food for us if anybody would want it." And he kind of he pulls out like a small bowl that's in his pack that's wooden, and he just sets it down like kind of near his tent, but he's just kind of spending the rest of his time setting up his tent.
Yeah. I think
With Mai, there's literally no reason to go find food because he's just like, food! Like, oh, okay.
Zoldak sensu bean. That's practically what it is for a lot of characters.
Except I am not Juan Sanchez.
You're not Juan Sanchez.
I played a character named Juan Sanchez.
You don't just hand them. You're not just handing them out.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. My cat might be throwing up. One second.
Wait, in the game?
I'm gonna take a sec while he goes.
My cat might be throwing
Yeah.
up. Jordan, it sounds like
Oh.
you.
Also, you might want to change your name in the thingy.
I did. Except I have to. Oh, I'll do that right now.
Yeah, the one on the top right. Like the gear or whatever, the display.
Yeah, I
name.
know. It says about hit the reconnect button
Sorry,
to
my
change
cat
it
was
up.
on my bed and she looked like she was starting to throw up. I didn't have cat throw up on my bed.
Yeah, we were like, is that like in the game?
So I'm gonna do a
No.
complete refresh here.
In the game, Zoldak takes out. He has a bedroll with him, and he spreads it out, but he's just kind of sits down on it, grabs one of his some of his rations that he has with him and just kind of snacks on it. But otherwise, it's just kind of looking around, you know. But obviously, it's difficult to do with the fog pressing in.
That's on Brandon to change his name.
Yeah, CJ, if you want to change your name to either like Zoldak or DM or something.
Him and you aren't so much a problem because you're behind my webcam, but Kirshner and my names are like right on the very like edge where it can be seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's whatever because it's a new game.
Oh.
Also, we can hear ourselves through his speakers.
I think we can always hear ourselves through his speakers.
Through who, me?
No, through Brandon's.
Oh, okay. How do you change your name?
The gear on the top right, you change your display name and then save it.
Oh, I see.
There's like a little button.
Oh
there.
yeah. Let me just do.
Zoldak the DM.
Yeah. Okay. And it'll still show up as Zoldak.
Also,
I
I,
know.
I still have control of Zoldak and Gizmo's tokens, by the way.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, I can remove that.
Yeah, whenever you remove that, you're gonna have to redo the assignment.
Oh,
character
okay. I'll
sheet.
take care of it later then.
I was gonna say, for the sake of like, as we're sitting down, Rain was just gonna like gather some like firewood or whatever, and then use like shocking grasp on the kindling to make a spark to make a fire.
Okay.
I do that on it.
So if you had advantage.
Actually, my character sheet doesn't have the option to say advantage or not.
Actually, I don't either.
You have to go to whenever you click on the gear, go to the very right. Like
Oh,
go,
always
yeah,
roll
look
on
at-
advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Switch
what
it
does
to
that say?
toggle advantage
Oh.
toggle.
Okay, perfect. So yeah,
That's weird that that's the default.
Yeah.
Always roll with advantage.
wasn't my
Okay.
fault. Okay.
Yeah, I set
you
up-
obviously
I set
get
up
the
ten.
first one. The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the wrong one. I just like slip and hit May while he's sleeping.
Oh yeah.
My
Also,
God.
Brandon, if you want to change your display name, up in the gear to the top right, change it to Rain.
Oh. Yeah. What?
You have to hit save name.
Yeah, there's like a little button to the below.
What the fuck?
It looks like it
Okay.
just deleted.
It exited you. What the hell?
It literally, I shit you not. What just happened was I hit Rain enter, and it put me back to the other game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's how I set it up. I wanted it to do that.
Like, okay, please. Okay, yeah. It didn't send me back to Hamlet. Like,
Hey, this scenario is called Return to Hamlet.
You
So
win.
anyway, I'm the DM again. It was fun, CJ.
But just for Rain, the rest of us are still stuck.
Yeah,
here,
right.
including
But
you.
I'm
so you'll
gonna
have to
talk
DM
over
it.
you and run his scenario while you're trying to run yours.
Okay. All right, so we're good. Okay, yeah. So you set up camp, or we set up camp. You know, each person doing their own thing, resting, sleeping, eating, whatever. Few hours go by. Zoldak goes to wake up Gizmo and asks if he wants to take the next shift.
Gizmo accepts next shift
All right.
with his new keg of ale.
Where'd
Oh,
you get
shit.
that ale from?
Oh, nah, damn it, I forgot something. Never mind.
All right. Yeah, Gizmo, your watch goes by uneventfully.
And then I go wake up Rain? Because I guess Mai wants to sleep the longest,
Yeah.
so...
yeah. I'll just let everybody sleep the last bit. I'll be fine.
Okay. Yep. You're well, you notice that as you kind of notice that the fog seems to be receding a little bit.
Okay.
But that's basically all you notice. Still just as overcast.
Okay, yeah, just Rain takes a spot like concerningly close to the fire. Just I'm
It's like between your legs. Like,
as I'm considering the character more, it's like, well, I have like resistance to fire, so I can sit like really like Rain just like is really close to it, like just
where did you build the fire in relation to May's tent?
right in it, right on him.
Yeah, like it's been on fire the whole time.
I would say
None of us
probably
noticed anything suspicious.
I would say
We
roughly
just thought it was part of the fire.
no like less than like 7, no closer than the 7 feet, but no further than 10.
Okay.
It's like it's close enough that he would be like light would shed on him if it were nighttime, but
Okay. Yeah, his tent thing is like closed off basically, but I mean it's just like a blanket, or whatever. Like it's not like a freaking crazy fancy one. It's just like some kind of burlappy color or something.
well, the fire's in his tent, so he should be nice and warm.
Yeah.
You looked cold.
I had a dream I was on fire.
I really am on fire.
Okay, so.
Yep.
See you.
It's what you would guess to be morning time, but again, it is still so overcast out that you don't even you don't see the sun peeking through the clouds.
Damn
At
you,
all, but
son.
And as I mentioned, Ray noticed that the fog was kind of receding a bit. So anyone who wants to can go ahead and make a perception roll.
Okay, we're awake now and everything?
Yep,
We got
rest
the
is
effects
over,
of a
you're-
long rest?
Yep.
Okay, so we get half of our hit dice back.
Oh, yep.
Okay, because he had all of his, but
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was down to 3, so I would have 5 now.
do you get rounded up or rounded down hit dice?
You said down last time.
Yeah, I think
Actually,
it's
it's up because when you only have one hit die.
oh, true. To get you
Yeah,
at least
that's
one.
what-
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's one of those exceptions. Where
One
it's
of the
like,
few.
you actually round up.
Okay,
Okay.
But they
so
could've just
May, whenever he wakes up, he's like, oh, and just he has all of his armor off and everything, and he opens up the front of the tent and sees that the fire's there, and he just like closes the tent and like leaves through the back way. He's like,
Oh no, is this his flaw?
I like how you went from May to the DMGM again.
The DMG. Well, that's me rolling a perception. Except
yeah,
Oh.
mine's the DMTM.
Whatever.
Oh,
But
I'm gonna
should I just
piggyback
change
on
my
May.
name to Zoldak? Again? I don't know. Whatever.
You
If
could
I
do
roll, I'll
Zoldak.
just say I'll announce that that's Zoldak. But
I mean, you're the DM. You could just be like, Zoldak got a 20.
yeah.
Just not,
Zoldak rolled 100 and just wins.
He rolled a nat 21 on a 20-sided die.
Don't know how that works.
Nobody
Can't
knows.
argue it.
Nobody knows how that works.
Yeah, so May kind of just like, is pulling his tent apart, and he's like, he has his back to everybody.
Okay. Based on our perception rolls, Gizmo and Zoldak both notice westward, farther down the path. They notice that there's some sort of structure in the distance. It's hard to make out through the fog, though. But there's some sort of big looming structure.
If nobody else is eating any of the good berries, May's gonna just like eat one and put the rest like in a bag that he has to his side.
I ate one before the long rest, I would say.
Yeah, Zoldak took like 1 or 2.
Okay. So he has 5 left.
Gizmo has his beer. He doesn't need a good berry.
A very thick mead is essentially food.
I'm a dwarf. I don't need food.
I'm gonna actually make one of my resources good berries. Like one of the like wild shape sling bullet things. Okay. Guess it would help if I opened up the player's handbook. So yeah, now that everybody's up and May has packed up his thing, he will, I guess, passively notice that the fog is missing and just kind of look around. So he gets a 23.
I mean, it's still there, but it's like kind of lighter,
Okay.
and it's still there enough that you kind of make out a shape in the fog, but that's just, Zoldak and Gizmo notice that it's some sort of like almost like a wall or something farther in the distance, but you can kind of make out some sort of shape.
Yeah, May just comments, it should be maybe a little bit easier to navigate today. Seems like the fog's lighter.
Yeah.
Reyna just kind of stomps out the fire. Then I don't need to make a forest fire here.
Man, this is where I wish I had 2 screens. Because I have my whatever player sheet popped out and stuff. It's like, oh yeah.
Right.
But Zoldak says, "Hey, I see something in the road over there. It looks like there's like a wall up ahead."
Yeah, May has no knowledge of this area, so I'm not even gonna roll a history. He's pretty limited knowledge of things outside of the woods.
Since we maybe sort of came this way on the road, would I be able to do like a history to see if I know anything about the area? Like if I recall passing through here?
Yeah, sure. Because you presume that this is the same road you were on when you traveled into town. At least from what you remember, from your history check, you definitely remember that the road at least up until you remember that the road at least up to about an hour ago was pretty much exactly, beat for beat how you traveled it, just in reverse. The last hour or so, you did. Looking back, you're kind of like, I think the path kind of twisted and turned a little more than it did when we got here. And you definitely don't recall any sort of like wall structure in the road, at least at this point.
Right. Okay. I rolled a history. It was a 21.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that was just all part of that. Okay.
Yeah, you don't recall any sort of wall blocking the road. And like for at least you traveled this road when you came here from whatever town you came from before, and there wasn't any sort of structure like that.
Okay. Yeah. Rain would approach Gizmo and be like, "Hey, I don't know where you're from, but I thought this is the direction I came from before we met, but there's a wall here, so I guess I'm either wrong. I don't know what's going on."
And again, I'm just saying it's a wall. Like none of us have gotten a
right.
look
Just
at it.
okay. Yeah. Like there's a structure up there that I don't remember seeing before, so like we might have taken a turn somewhere or something, but I have no idea where we are.
We're in the woods. Where do you think we are?
Yeah, May says, Zoldak, so where should we head today? You know this area better than we do.
I don't know. I guess we just. Well, I don't know. Is our plan to find another town to?
Yeah, I thought we were just gonna hang. I thought we were gonna hang out until this bear thing shows up to eat us.
Yeah, May says, Misha will be able to catch up to us. Don't worry about that.
Who is molesting their microphone?
I think we should just approach whatever's over there. I mean, I don't want to live in the woods my whole life.
It's gonna be another moat house.
I'm
fine with living in the woods my whole life.
Nay says that.
Yeah.
Moat house number 2.
Yeah. It's a giant sign that says Moat House 2.
The sequel. No.
This time it's personal.
But
And there's 7 wells.
Yeah. There's nothing but wells.
Yeah.
Is that Furnock?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd have thought about that. I could have did animate undead to Furnock.
Well, his corpse wasn't there when we went back,
Correct.
so I think that was a spell you learned, like later. That would have been cool.
Clutch. It's like he's normal. You're like doing the puppet thing to his jaw. You're like, I love gold. Nom, 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 nom.
Hi guys.
All right, Zoldak goes to see what's up ahead.
Okay.
Oh, we don't need to really move our characters because I don't have it on the map. But I will describe what you see. And actually,
Theater of the mind.
Yep.
I'm loving it.
Actually, have you seen this, Jordan? How you can show pictures? You guys can see that?
Yeah, how you can
Mhm.
focus stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can see the picture there?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Two statues. Yeah. So that's basically what you see up ahead. So
Holy shit.
kind of jutting out. Yeah, like it's a, we couldn't see it real well from the fog, but the last evening. But now it's like, now that we're kind of like, oh yeah, notice that. It's kind of surprising we missed it before.
Yeah, this is
um,
not like a small wall. Like,
No.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a very large
you
wall.
can see a person there on a horse for scale. Like there's this huge wall that just crosses the forest, puts across it, and there's these two statues there, standing on either side of a gate, and the gates there are open, and the heads of the statues are lying in the kind of
yeah,
in
like
the ground.
fallen.
Yeah.
I would. May wants to see if this is an illusion or something. Basically, like May is in like disbelief that this is here.
Okay.
Like this is such like a massive thing. It's like, oh my god, like. So what would you want me to roll?
Let's see.
Basically, I'm wording it that he wants to know if this is an illusion or not,
Yeah, an illusion.
or if this is
Um,
real. Like he's in disbelief.
So the typical rules or the default rules is that if it's an illusion, you have to make an investigation check. Now, I like the idea of using an intelligence saving throw better.
Right.
Because quite frankly, other effects like spells like that are based on saving throws.
Yeah,
And
it should
let's
be
face
like
it,
your reaction.
intelligence saving throw never gets used. So make an intelligence saving throw. Okay. You actually
You want me to make another one?
no, you don't.
I like. All right. I just wanted to crit
Yeah,
twice.
you were actually you like you're kind of in shock that it's there, but you realize that like, okay, no, that's not an illusion. Like when you kind of approach one of the fallen heads and touch it, and it is very much solid.
Oh, so I'm like very close to the walls now.
If you wanted to be, you could also just be like, oh, that's incredible that that's there, but that doesn't look like any sort of like an illusion.
Yeah,
It
I will
looks solid.
approach the walls to get up to touch the heads, but I want to do perception as well, just so that I'm like not just blindly walking up there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
23 once again.
Yeah. It's like you don't spot anything like dangerous in the area.
Okay.
Except that, you're like, that's definitely solid. Like this is here. This isn't some sort of illusion.
Yeah. Also, if the gates picture closed for anybody, it's in your journal under player handouts.
No, I still have mine open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I
and
think
it is,
Rain's- I think Rain's reaction is just, obviously kind of like not terribly like Rain was from a much larger city than like Hamlet, but like not with like gates like this. So it's just like,
Yeah.
like what kind of knowledge exists in there?
Yeah, May goes over to Gizmo. May is like inspecting basically like the giant head and the stonework and everything, and he says, Gizmo, do any of your people like? Is this a dwarven structure? Like I don't know much about peoples outside of the woods. Like is this something that your people built?
Should I roll a history check?
Yep, you can.
With advantage, Mr. Stone
With
made.
Oh,
does
yeah.
he get stone cunning?
Yep, you would.
What kind of stone is it?
Okay, with advantage there. you know that this isn't something that was crafted by dwarves, although it is. While it was finely crafted, it's apparent that age has definitely worn this wall down. Or like the walls look weathered. Obviously, the statues' heads being fallen off. There's moss and weeds and
Yeah.
covering it. Like it's definitely old. And while it might have looked nice at one point, time and wear and tear have worn it down significantly.
No.
Oh.
To answer your question.
I guess these statues aren't depicting dwarves, so
No,
I guess that would
they're
also be-
depicting humans.
No, if they're
Yeah.
depicting dwarves, they'd be made of giant gold. Be
Yeah,
shooting
Zolak,
lightning out of their
kinda-
hands.
Oh, your people must be very rich.
We live in a hole in the ground. What do you think?
A rich
Oh,
hole in the
I
ground.
lived in a hole in the ground once. I pretended to be a badger.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Provided that the gates are open, Rain is just gonna walk through the gates.
Yeah, Zoldak is approaching. Like he's kind of like just as baffled that like they're here because as far as he knows, he wasn't aware of any sort of structure this large. This close to Hamlet. Like he knew of the moat house, but not he's kind of like I'm sure I would have heard of something like this soon, but maybe not.
Yeah, May is still just like inspecting everything. Like he's never seen a structure like this before. Like really, the largest structure that he's seen to this point was the church in Hamlet. Like,
Okay.
so this is crazy to him.
So yeah, I mean, are the gates currently open?
Yes, they are.
Okay, yeah. So Rain has like this feeling in the back of her mind that it I don't know, like it could be some kind of abandoned city, but she walks in anyway under the excitement of being back in a city.
Okay. Zoldak follows, but kind of more cautiously.
Yeah, I would say that being enticed by knowledge, Rain is relatively not cautious right now, but playing the Rain. Ooh, books.
May and Gizmo, what do you do?
I'm tailing behind. I'm definitely not in the lead because May is spending so much time looking around and just like looking at the stonework and everything.
Okay.
Gizmo follows, but Gizmo is he follows, but he's not too sure because he knows this building or structure probably isn't they don't believe in Zeus as a deity or they're gods, so I'm kind of whatever.
Yeah, these aren't idols to my god, so you're like, eh. You're like,
Yeah, why are
halfway
they-
decent stonework, but it's not Zeus.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you all as you kind of all go through pass through the gates, and make
Man,
it through.
that handout thing was a good idea.
Thanks. That's the only one I got for now. Hopefully, I'll get some more
Yeah.
made later. But yeah, you pass through, and a few moments after you pass through, the gates close behind you, just kind of creaking slowly. Just.
Wait, did you say that the gates is closed
Mm-hmm.
behind us?
Mm-hmm.
May runs up to the gates
Okay.
and just tries opening them or shaking on them.
Okay. They are extremely heavy.
Okay. Yeah.
But-
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if they're that huge, he's just gonna try to struggle and push on them, to open it up.
Yeah. You push when you push on them and give it all your might. You don't need to make a strength check or anything,
Okay.
but they do open up to you. But it's almost as if there's somebody else on the other side pushing it back. resisting. it.
Yeah, like it's kind of like jerky or something. Like
Yeah, well, it's like it's almost exactly the feeling of like somebody else on the other side holding it back. It's not like the door itself is stuck. It's like it's movable, but like
yeah, I don't know if this would be the correct roll, but does May sense that?
yeah, you can do an insight,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
May lets go of the gates and backs away and says,
and then it kind of goes back, jerks back.
Yeah.
into place.
yeah, May is like, guys, there's something wrong with this gate.
Zoldak turns his attention back to.
Yeah, May's like looking down at his hands and like looking at the gate, and he's still like backing away from the gate and just says, it feels like someone's fighting against me as I'm pushing against it.
Zoldak says, "What?" And then he goes up to push on the gate and gets the same result. He can clearly push it, like struggle with, like he struggles with it to push it open, but it eventually does kind of give way enough for like someone to slide through. But he lets go and it, same thing, moves back.
Okay, is there any like doors in this immediate area that May can see?
No,
Like in this, I assume we're like still in the gate, like hallway, whatever.
Right, kind of like either like the archway kind of underneath
right.
that or just past it. No, there are no doors.
Okay. May would like to look at the ground for like tracks or anything. What roll would you want?
You don't have to roll for it. You
Okay.
can see that there are clearly what looks to be like wagon tracks
Okay.
coming in, and from the looks of it, more than one.
Okay, yeah, like this, like it's commonly used or something.
Yeah, you don't see so much like footprints, but then again, those wouldn't make that much of an impression.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
But yeah, you mostly see that there's wagon tracks. And you
Okay.
do see like what looks like maybe some creatures, woodland creatures
Right.
moved about here at some point, but
Yeah.
you know,
Just
that,
the main
that's
thing to note is just like wheel lines, like wagon lines
Mhm.
and stuff. Okay.
Since Rain is a bit further ahead, kind of, not like too deep yet, but just further than everybody else, does Rain see any like signs of like life or like hear any like city noise or anything, or is it like just silent?
The only thing you hear is a wolf howl in the distance. But otherwise
Hey.
it's
Does May hear that?
Yeah, everyone, you guys all hear it, but like it seems pretty
Yeah.
far away.
Let's see.
May speaks wolf. What now?
23 perception. I
Yeah.
hear everything.
Okay, well, regardless of the gate, I would like to hone my inner sage researcher background and be like, if I were in this city, where would I put the library? That's what Rain wants to know.
Alright. Isn't it?
Well-
Is there woods? Like, what is the
Well,
terrain? in
yeah,
this inner
actually,
area?
you're actually not in a city. There's
Oh,
this
okay.
massive wall here, but like it's just more woods farther west past the gate.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about as same consistency in terms of like,
The outside.
the outside. Yeah, on each side of the gate. Zoldak's kind of like after he pushes on the gate again and says, "Yeah, is this some sort of magic?" But I mean, we can clearly push through it.
Yeah, May says, I know nothing of gate magic, but I did hear a wolf.
Well, we are in the woods, so
That we
Well,
are.
we could always like May could spider climb or whatever, like he did it. The moat house up to the top of the wall and see what there is to see. Conversely, I could fly, but I kind of feel like fly is like my spells are like more expensive or whatever. Because I can only have 2.
Yeah, May says that he could scale the wall if that's what everybody wants, just to try to get like a
Sure.
bird's eye view on everything.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so he is going to wild shape into Spider,
Okay.
and then
Yeah,
on
that
the
doesn't even need a
inside,
spell.
yeah. So he's not going to I'm wild shifting into a a giant wolf spider that's like the CR thing that I can transform into. It's basically what he was the first time you guys met him. And so staying on the inside of the wall, like the new area, I'm going to scale the wall
Okay.
and
Yeah, you scale the
climb
wall
up
without issue.
as high as I can. Yeah, basically.
Okay. Yeah, and yeah, you get on top of the wall. And actually, I'm gonna.
Okay. I'm allowed to be wild shaped for 5 hours, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you get up on top of the wall, and it's kind of crumbling and definitely worn down. But
Okay.
looks stable enough. But yeah, go ahead and you can make a perception roll if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, I keep my rolls, but I get let me actually read the rules on wild shape to see how I would keep my
Right, because it
thing.
might be like you get a different. Yeah, you might become like proficient with certain skills that you're.
You also retain all your skill and saving throw proficiencies. Okay, so it just says that if the creature is better at a skill than I am, then I use that instead. So it's like I take the best of both. So I would just use my normal
Okay.
perception because the spider definitely isn't going to have a better perception than me.
Okay.
You said to roll perception, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Um,
23.
Yeah, so you see that up here it's actually you rolled very well, but it's very difficult to see.
Yeah.
As the fog looks like it's kind of pressing in again. And in fact, when you look out back the direction we came, like there's almost like a wall of fog behind us.
Okay, so yeah.
So it's like you can't even see like anything back the way we came.
It's very strange.
When you look ahead, from what you can see, it's basically just woods surrounding the area, and you see that the path continues to head west. But you lose sight of it.
Okay, I lose sight of it, or like, is it real foggy to the west as well?
Not as, but still
Not
very
as
difficult
drastic as
see.
to the east.
Yep.
Okay.
The wall also stretches out beyond your sight range.
Right. Okay.
Would you guys want to
So
travel?
this contained area is like massive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then I come back down.
Okay.
Would you guys want to travel through the woods or along the top of the wall?
We'd have to get up to it, up on top.
I could get I could get 2 of us onto the wall if we had like enough or provided that if I cast fly on whoever has more strength between Zoldak and Gizmo and they could carry the other one, or we could I could do it on Gizmo and Zoldak and they could carry me because I'm lighter than the 2 of them.
That'd be doable, I guess.
Yeah. So May comes down and untransform from Spider and basically tells everybody that the wall extends. The wall extended as far as I could see to the south and the north. It seems to wrap around this area. The fog is denser than it was before to the east, but normal to the west. And I couldn't see far enough for the road. It cut off into the woods, but basically we have a lot of woods ahead of us.
Well, the thing.
Zoldak just kind of thinks to himself again.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if we walk the perimeter of the wall, that would potentially be safer than walking directly through the middle of the forest. But conversely, if we are walking the perimeter and there's something in the middle, be it like a city or something that this wall is protecting or whatever, keeping things out of, Like, we're never going to get there if we walk around the outskirts. But also, if we're on the outskirts, if this wall is meant to keep something in, we could avoid it. See what I'm saying? Like,
It's kind of we're kind of
Yeah.
unsure whichever direction we go.
Yeah, May says that he's confident that he can lead everybody safely through the woods, and he kind of says like, I want to stay off man-made paths as much as possible. I feel much more comfortable navigating the woods than.
Go. So you're saying like follow the wall in the woods, or just go off into the woods? Asks Zoldak. I don't know if leaving the trail is a good idea.
Yeah, I guess we would have to stay in eyesight, because I mean, if we're gonna go ahead to go and find something, like the road will lead to something. So if we stay within some certain radius of that, of course, we could go around the perimeter and try to search as far as we can. Not sure how far, like, the terrain or how long it goes on. Like, it went on for my entire eyesight, basically.
Which, granted, which was reduced.
Right, with the fog. True.
Okay. Well, Zoldak.
So I mean, yeah,
Zoldak
May
says
just states that he would rather go.
I say we
Regardless,
keep
he
following
would
the
travel
path.
through the woods no matter where we go. Feels safe in there.
I say we follow the path. It's, as May said, it has to lead somewhere.
Let's follow the giant spider.
I am no longer a spider. Because I can't talk as a spider. Yet.
Alright.
Oh, I need to pick a language for him. There's one more language I didn't pick. Oh wait, no. Sorry, it was Sylvan. Never mind.
So you guys following the path, or do you want to pursue another option?
I guess we're taking the path.
If we're taking the path, May would like to stay 100 feet away from the path.
Okay.
Like in the woods.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys travel.
And he would be south of the path,
Okay.
assuming it continues west. But yeah, like he stays on that side of it.
Okay. Yeah. You guys keep travel. You travel on the path then. For a little
Rain,
while.
are you coming with us?
yeah, I'm taking path. I'm not.
Okay.
Rain isn't
Okay.
going to exert the energy to go through the woods.
As you travel along, it quickly becomes apparent. Well, once you kind of get out of the eyesight that May had standing on top of the gate, the trees grow much closer together now, unnaturally close, and the woods, save for like a wolf howling in the distance every once in a while, the woods are extremely silent.
Yeah, May is
Almost like a graveyard silent.
Yeah, I mean, he's used to the woods and everything, but he's noticing that he's starting to like trail behind everybody because it's just taking too much time getting around everything. So he just comes over onto the path and like catches up, runs up to everybody else, and he says, these woods, they're getting much thicker as we're heading this direction.
Mm-hmm. And in fact, at this point, you can go. You guys all notice as once May kind of rejoins up with the group, you all catch the scent of death in the air.
No, not again.
Like the stench of something has died recently.
Like
Boathouse death.
Could I roll? What would I roll to try to deter? Like, is it plant death or like flesh death?
Flesh
animal death?
Flesh death.
Do I recognize if it's some kind of animal?
You know that it was something either like animal, human, humanoid.
Okay, so
something
like,
along
right.
that nature.
Okay.
Do
Yeah,
Okay.
May is like, he's like, oh, you know,
Is there like any wind that we could like determine maybe like the direction that the smell is coming from?
Yeah, it's actually the scent is actually coming from just ahead of you, and actually let's move the characters to another map. Let me see.
May eats one of his good berries to wash the smell out of his nose.
Can it do that?
He's
No,
trying.
but he's trying. He's
Alright.
like, please, good things, good things, good
He
natural
sticks his
things."
good berries
I
up
was
his
say he
nose.
puts his good berries in his nose. Oh.
Okay, so Jordan, you'll have to
Black screen.
remind me. Let's see. How do you clear
Fog.
area?
Oh, how do you reveal? It's to the
Yeah.
left, and it should look like an eyeball. And
Yeah.
if you hover over it, there's polygon select, so you can left click to draw basically points and lines to reveal. The standard is just a square.
Yeah.
So
And then what do you do once you've selected all, or you just click back?
you would
where-
right click and then it reveals it.
Okay.
It reveals the area that's captured by the yellowish region.
Okay. I'm gonna get this map set up. You notice that the smell is coming kind of ahead of you, off the path to the left.
Okay, so like to the south-ish.
Yeah.
Region of
South
the
side
path.
of the path.
Right, yeah. Like whether the path is curved south or north or anything, like when we entered the gate, the left side of the path.
Right.
Like, okay. Yeah, so May eats a good berry and just, it's kind of like holding his nose, just looking around.
Okay. Yeah. Do you kind of continue to pursue the source of the smell?
Yeah, I guess we should determine a marching order.
Yeah.
Which
No, actually, I won't. I'll move us back just yet because it kind of depends what you guys do. So, let me put you back there. All right. Yeah. So yeah, why don't you guys just put yourself here on this?
Can you guys see anything?
I'm back
On the
at
green
the.
square.
Yeah, I'm back on the
Oh,
green
really?
square. Yeah.
Back
Oh,
over.
God
Did
damn
it
it.
put everybody
I'm
there?
gonna reload my thing. My thing's all
Okay.
screwed up.
We're back on the safety square.
Yep. Just
Fair,
the
fair.
general. Yeah. Just put yourselves in a marching order.
Oh, really? I can't see. Still. I'm gonna re everything. Gonna close my browser. I would like to be in the back line to the left. Like if we were a
No.
square. Oh wait. What order are you guys doing?
I'm taking. I'm. Gizmo assumes the rear just because he doesn't want to deal with bullshit.
Okay, I'll take the
I'm
front.
getting in the
I'll take
pile.
I'll
Oh
take the
Jesus
front
Christ!
right then.
Zoldak will then.
Like if we were a square heading to the left, I'll take the top left of the square.
It's like oh,
If we're packed like sardines
that.
next to each other.
Gizmo wants to be down here.
Gizmo wants to be back there.
Okay. You follow the scent, and it leads you to a human corpse half buried in the underbrush, about 15 feet off the road.
That's fun.
Okay, now I can see everything. Yeah, how wide is the path?
It's about 10, roughly 7 to 10 feet.
Okay, yeah, I just didn't know
It's
how
pretty
much room we
wide.
had to play. Yeah, I didn't know how much room we had to play to move our characters, so I'm fine with where May is.
Yeah, but again, the body is about 15 feet off the road.
Okay, how far ahead of it is it of us?
It's about like say right here.
Okay.
I
And
don't
you
know.
Could you describe it again?
Yeah, it's a human corpse, or presumably human, kind of half buried in the underbrush.
So the upper half is revealed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
May
I mean,
is
you'd have
just
to get a
like,
little closer
"Oh."
to confirm that, but it looks
Yeah.
the corpse looks human.
Yeah, like you can tell that that's the source, and it seems to be like a humanoid body or something.
Raise it up as your skeleton, as your zombie friend, Gizmo.
Yeah,
takes an
May just
hour.
kind of looks. Yeah, May just kind of looks back at Gizmo and says, "You like dealing with dead things."
Gizmo
Gizmo ignores and continues on.
just continues walking down the path.
Rain will try to check his person, loot him, as I guess the case would be.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Um,
search it.
Yeah, when you go up to him, you don't need to roll an investigation check for this. But you notice that, well, he's kind of like, it's kind of muddy off to the roadside at this point in the trail. So, like, his muddy body and clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. And it's apparent that some birds or crows or something had been pecking at his body, too, at one point. The area is also surrounded by paw prints. And it's pretty apparent that this man has been dead for several days. And yes, it is a human corpse. And he's clutching something in his hand.
Okay. Yeah, Rain.
Yeah, May is just kind of looking around in the area, just
Jesus
idly,
Christ.
as he's doing that.
Okay.
May's just like, I see everything!
Yep. You notice, May, that the wolf howling that you kind of heard off in the distance is a little louder, and it seems like it's more frequent as well.
Okay.
I'll take whatever is clutched
In his hand.
in the dead guy's hands.
Okay. It is a note. And in fact, I'll pull it up here. And you can read it. Are you able to zoom in on that?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
left click on it.
Okay.
So one thing is that after May starts thinking about the wolves and everything, he would like to go up and see if he can determine how the guy died.
Yep. Okay.
You can tell me whether or not medicine applies, but
Yeah, medicine will work.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see that he was clearly mauled by wolves.
okay.
Yeah, some of them quite larger than
Yeah.
normal wolves that you typically see.
Yeah, May takes note of that, but he doesn't say anything. He's just like, okay, this is kind of weird. I'm not gonna read the letter because I'm just gonna say that Rain is reading it.
Yep.
So still, yeah, like May just pops over and Rain's just like standing there reading, I guess, and then May looks at the body and notices that, and then just kind of just like looks in the distance in the woods again, and gets back up to the path, still just kind of like holding his nose and like looking.
Yeah,
around.
Zoldak's also kind of he's observed the body with you, and
Yeah, so Rain is just gonna kind of like announce, like, all right, so he's clutching some kind of letter that, for more or less, says that there's some kind of like beast that lives is around here, like terrorizing like a people for the past like 400 years. So we should probably be pretty careful of that.
But yeah,
Where-
May says
what people
this-
are out here? There's nothing this close to Hamlet though.
How do you know?
That
Well, I mean, while I've never been out here, I know that there's no like towns or settlements.
Yeah, Zoldak
Out
has
here.
no prior knowledge of this
all I can
from my point of view.
Yeah.
all I can think is that there was something about the fog that made us travel much farther than we thought we were traveling. Almost like some kind of like whatever, like overlapping of planes or something, like a ripple in space.
Well, the
Yeah.
moat house also had weird planar travel going on. Is this somehow, is it like the planar, if we did even travel across a different plane, is it somehow following us or related to the moat house?
Yeah, May just kind of is like turned and looked at Rain and is just kind of like, That's very interesting. I've never heard of that."
You
And then May says, he's like, this man is very clearly mauled by some animal, and if I had to guess, it would be wolves in the area. I have no knowledge. Would I be able to roll like a history check on like legendary wolves of this area or anything?
Sure.
Like 400-year-old wolves.
Yeah, well-
Would that be history or? Yeah, that would be history.
Yeah, history.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not aware of any
Okay.
sort
Yeah.
of legendary.
Yeah. May's
wolf
like,
creatures.
I mean, I don't know of any, legendary wolves or anything in this area. This is all new to me.
Yeah, Rain like looks at the note again, and it's like how my dear languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this beast that has become too powerful to conquer. Like, and then just like puts the note back. Like,
Unholy.
unholy is the word in the note. The note I don't think was written by the person here. My guess is that the note was probably written by somebody who paid them, as the last line is, "There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward." After we are all a better life. So I'm not sure what is going on exactly, but like there's some people trapped here physically or spiritually, and this person might have been like an adventurer, like
Hmm.
I think we need to find out more what's going on.
there is a name
But-
in the note. It's hard to tell exactly the
Yeah,
the
it's I'll read it because that's obviously, it's not like English words, it's a name. It says Kolion Indirovich,
okay.
Burgomaster.
Yeah. Do I know anything about that? Like with like my knowledge of history or whatever, like is that a notable name, or is that something that's so unfamiliar I don't even have
It's unfamiliar to you.
okay. All right, guys. Well, based on that, I think that we should be like very careful for this unholy beast that is too powerful to conquer.
Yes.
Yeah, he says. May says after you talk about unholy, he asks Gizmo and he says, "Gizmo, is there anything that you know in religion of some great unholy wolf, or beast?"
Should I do a religion roll?
Okay. No, you're not aware of anything, and in fact, you would probably be inclined to say like, "Nah, there's absolutely no way there's, wolf beasts, unholy monstrosities. Nah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous."
At the rate of
He convinces me.
Yeah.
At the rate of 3 of us rolling, I would ask, but there's not like you said, like there's probably not.
Yeah. Everybody roll perception again.
Oh, there's my good roll.
23.
20. All right. Well, Zoldak and Rain are not aware, but May and Gizmo, it becomes apparent that the wolf howls that you hear are now pretty close. In fact, like you would think that like you can almost sense something approaching.
Yeah. So I mean, like May walked up off to the path because I think Gizmo said he wanted to go ahead. So May goes over to him and asks him about the religion, and then assuming that they both hear it, May is just
Yeah.
like, whatever it is, it's getting much closer. Like he says that in a louder voice, making sure that Rain and Zoldak can hear it as well.
The beast, you mean?
Yeah, the whatever it is, I think it's coming straight for us. He casts Shillelagh on his club, and just he draws it and is like looking around in the woods.
Okay. Yeah, what do the rest of you do, Rain and Gizmo?
Yeah, he pulls out his shield as well. Like he's just
Yeah, Zoldak draws his glaive.
Yeah. Rain just. I'll explain to you then, Zoldak. But like, Jordan and I were talking before about like exactly how characters cast and whatnot, and I was like kind of like depicting how like Rain would cast her spells, but for the short version, yeah, like Rain like kind of like pulls her book from her side, like.
Yeah,
Okay.
like flips to a page that probably has like hunger on it, like whatever the words, just prepared.
Yeah, like it's just cosmetically how like whatever like where the spell comes from and like what her like somatic component is.
Yeah.
And Gizmo.
Gizmo gives a prayer to his Lord and Savior before the battle.
As he draws out his weapons.
Gizmo never
All
put them
right,
away.
So the question is, do you guys want to do roll initiative, or do you want to wait till next time?
We could roll initiative now, and then
I said we'll
Well-
just wait till later. That way, it's first thing.
yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it next time.
So then you can feel the oh shit when you get the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than because you could metagame kind of if you knew the order beforehand.
Yeah. So okay.
I mean, you metagame. You know what my first spell is gonna be.
Okay.
What
Well,
do
I
you
guess we
mean?
will stop there.
Okay, that's good. That's a good
Yeah.
stopping point.